Good morning, Winter-Park Toastmasters, guests. Such a full room. It's wonderful to see all of you. And thank you, Carmelo, for your wonderful speech. Carmelo gave us an inspirational speech with practical applications. I thought he did a wonderful job of presenting his point. He entitled his speech, Small Wins, and he stuck to that theme through the speech. He got our attention by asking a question right away. How many of you deal with self-doubt? He raised his hand, and he just waited. I thought you could have waited just a little longer. Let that sink in. You might have gotten more of a response, but you brought us into your speech right away with that question. Your speech was about success. You said success is what you make of it. Then you gave a definition that success is a progressive realization of a worthy ideal. That's a little bit up in the stratosphere for us. What does that mean? He broke it down for us to call success essentially a series of small wins. If you want to look at success, look at your small wins. And then you gave us examples that many of us could relate to. You were very effective in using people in this club. You didn't name names, but you used a certain person in this club who used to go and sit in this car and would not come into the meeting for months. I thought a lot of us related to that, at least some of us who know this person. You talked about dealing with comparing yourself to others. Gave another example of someone in the club who has many more trophies than you. And you talked about the struggle you have with that. Where your speech really came through strong is when you started talking about your family. You mentioned your wife, and I heard an audible, "Aww." But this was the best part of your speech. And I don't know if you meant to do it this way, but I think you really emphasized how family is really not the small win, but the big win in your life. And I think for many of us, it is in our lives as well. And you gave these excellent examples of your own daughters. Your one daughter assisting 6 newborn births in one shift. And your other daughter who has 19,000 followers on Instagram. You had a great line where you said, "I'm looking forward to working for her one day." Got a good laugh. I thought you could use just a few more places of humor. Your basic mechanics of the speech were excellent. You had excellent eye contact, effective pauses, good vocal projection. Your gestures were simple but effective. You had good humor. You even showed us the cards where you gave a very practical example of how to get small wins, how to set goals, and how to do it yourself, and you showed us what you could do. You were unflappable. This gavel at one point started to fall. You grabbed it. I don't think a lot of us didn't even notice. I noticed you did. It didn't affect you at all. If I was going to make a suggestion, maybe a little more humor, at the end of your speech, perhaps you could summarize your main point. You could go back to your original question. How many of you deal with self-doubt? This is how I have dealt with it. There are different ways you could tie it back together. Excellent speech, very inspiring. Thank you for letting me evaluate it this morning.